Okay, for the roadworthy on Ratchet, the washer bottle motor doesn't work. I tried cleaning the terminals and I tested for power at the line. There's power on the line, and this thing's dead. This is 2000 model VS Commodore washer pump. And I went to the wreckers today to get the middle seat belts for my car because I don't know where I put them, so I lost them. But this was on it might have been a VR Commodore maybe, but anyway, that was off a similar looking Commodore to mine. I didn't see exactly what model it was, but it was in the same shape, so it's probably VR maybe. But they've even changed the pump design from that sort of, it's got ribbed on my one, and that's not ribbed. It's a little bit different here. But what I'm doing is, what I did is I knocked into this part here with a very, where's my small one? With a very small flat nose here. Oops, that's better with the camera. I put it in there, banged it a bit. And what you can do is you can just twist. Once you get it right in between that lip, see if that doesn't help when I drop it. So if you look, there's the divide. There's a division there. If I go around the other side, you'll see there's a very close lip where it touches. Yeah, so you get in between there, and then you can use a thicker screwdriver and just get in between there, and you do a twisting motion. So see if I can do a little bit on camera. So without my hand to get it in the way. So you get in there and you just twist it, and it's starting to pry. It's starting to pry open, right? So on this one, it'll be the same thing. So where that joint is, just it should be somewhere just in between these two. Should be a joint too. So what I'll do is I'll just take this cover off, and instead of buying a whole new one, I mean, you can buy a new one or get a wreckers, whatever, but let's just see what's inside these anyway. It doesn't hurt. Okay, so I've just put the screwdriver all the way around and pushed that up more. Now let's see how this goes for coming off. So it's coming up. First time on camera, or this first time for me seeing it. And it's going in there. No wonder these things are a little bit hard to pry. So by rights, this mode is good. All right. So that looks like, for me, that looks like the same bottom half. Don't worry about the top half, bottom half. That's the motor section. So this one's a good one. This one's stuffed. All right. So, and this one from the wreckers that I got, there was only one Commodore left, and it had a broken section here. So I got it for free. Because it's supposed to have two on that side, on this one anyway. So I don't need the top half. So what I'm going to do and see if I can get this one pried open, and then swap the engines over, or motors over, and see how I go with that. I'll see if I can get this one off, because this one wasn't so hard, but give this one a go now. Yeah, so you do have to, like, I'm just using the heavy side of this to bang on the flat side of this screwdriver. You do have to bang a little bit in between the groove. Yes, you do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be a huge thing in the way. It's on the side. You can always put a bit of silicone over it. So it's already it started to in this part, it started to separate just in there. So 1 second. Yeah, so this part Yes, I'm digging up this one a little bit more than the other because I don't care about this end on this motor, but it does separate. So if you look in there, it's starting to separate just in between that gap. So that's where it's coming off. So it's tight around there, and it just needs to be wedged out more. It looks bad, but that'll be all right, especially for the one you don't need anyway. One sec. Okay, so that's off. So this one never really came out of its ending, so that's all right. The spindles are the same, see? But this one works. It'll be neat. That's all they are. That motor's stuffed. I'm not worried about that end, so you can more afford to damage a little bit more off the one that you don't want, but you just try to do a little bit of a groove at a time and then just apply it. It takes a little bit because these are under pressure, these little spiky tabs. But I'll just show you when I put that in. Okay, so that's put on. It's nice and tight. I'm just going to give this a very, very light fine sand just for any sort of like little bumps of plastic. That should not leak, but I'm going to put just a film of maybe a little bit of black silicone around there. But that should work because this motor's good out of the other one. And that's out of my ambulance, and it's stuffed, that motor. So they're pretty much exactly the same on the ends. That's the motor that you need. And there's nothing wrong with this. I've blown through this with my mouth, and the air runs very easy, so there's no blockages. But thought I'd do that on a VS Commodore one. If you do have a spare or one that's slightly different but it's got the same end, that's how you get them off. Too easy. Well, a little bit of tricky, but it's doable. Hope you like this video. I've put some Sikaflex seal on it all the way around. Just going to give it a 24-hour dry. That's just extra caution, but it should be fine anyway. And then I might give it a slight black paint over it. But yeah, it's sort of still a little bit sticky, not too much. It's not sticking on my hand, but yeah, that will seal it for sure anyway. But it wasn't bad anyway. So I'll give that 24 hours, and yeah, she should be ready to put back on. Okay, so I've gave that washer pump 24 hours of the silicone Sikaflex drying time. That's really good. Probably don't need it, but I always like to be extra cautious with any sort of leaks, so I'm sure she's going to be perfect. It's really hardy sort of stuff and strong, and so what I'm going to do is attach it to the bottle, connect it, and see if everything pumps up. That's how they sit inside. They squeeze in there, and then that's where your water hose goes. That's the ID number from my washer bottle, SDN GMH part number 92052633. So I'll attach that now and fill that up with some water. See how we go. Okay, so I've got the bottle up and installed. It has 2 bolts, so here and here, and there's one nut up the very top there. That's it, as far as, and they're all 10mm. And then you've got your power connection that's at the very top of the bottle where the pump is. Obviously it's on the pump, and then you've got your water line hose. Whoops. And your water line hose that goes onto it as well. Just don't want to squeeze that. That should be alright like that. Alright, time to fill her up and test her. Okay, so that's the water topped up. This little blue float comes right at the top and it tells you your water's dead full. Now for the big test. Okay, we're in Ratchet. It's I've got the ignition on, I think. Yeah. That's definitely ignition. All right. Water going to shoot out. Ooh! Water shot out! I've got to clear one jet. It's trying. That one's working really well. This one's starting. But that's success. Got to clean that one out probably with a nice fine needle or pin or something. Very good. Unreal job. Very good. Okay, so I got a nice small little pin, sharp, and poked it down the 2 holes. Let's put the ignition back on. Oops. There we go. That's all my washer jets fixed. Nice 2 going onto each of the windshield. Beautiful. Good result. That is really good. Thanks for watching.